Witcher 2, it's finally making its way from the PC to the console. The Xbox 360 version is on the way.
Yep.
You had a chance to play it.
I did.
What's new?
So basically they're calling this the Enhanced Edition, so it comes with new missions, some new side quests, the graphics have been changed, the menus have been tweaked a little bit to make it work with the console, and it's coming soon.
And new endings?
Yes, there might be a new ending.
The Mass Effect crew, they demand new endings.
Yeah.
You know, they've had time between the PC and the Xbox 360 release. Have they crammed in some more content?
I'm not going to say too much about that, but I think one of the cool things when I played the game, there was actually a developer there who I was able to talk to, and it sounds like they've really listened to fan feedback from the original, or from The Witcher 2, and sort of implemented it, because one of the big new features of Enhanced Edition is they've expanded on the final chapter of the game, and they've added in, they reckon around 4 hours of additional content, depending on which way you go, so 2 hours for good, 2 hours for bad, roughly. And because that was one of the big things that people complained about. They're like, you know what, we're just going to work on this and add in all this content. And I think that's really, really cool that they've done that.
Other than endings, what else did the developers tell you the fans wanted more of?
There was more cutscenes, so they've added in, like, I think they said roughly half an hour of more cutscenes, which is cool. So that sort of expands on the story and I guess gives Geralt more personality.
Great, so you had a chance to put it in your hands.
Yeah.
Did you play the PC version?
No, they only had the Xbox 360 version on hand, although the additional content, which again I think is really cool that they're doing this, so if you're already an owner of The Witcher 2 on PC, the Enhanced Edition add-ons will be available for you on April 17 when the game comes out.
Free?
So, yeah, free.
Great.
So you just download it and it automatically gets added in, so they're not like charging you for the additional content, which is really cool. But I played one of the enhanced missions, so one of the ones at the end, and it was an escort mission where I had to take this woman through a forest and get her to a fisherman who was going to smuggle her down a river. And unfortunately, along the way, we were ambushed. She fought. She can look after herself. She's not like Ashley from Resident Evil 4, who's pretty much just useless.
Yeah.
She had her own sword, but I think she was a magician, so she was like quite adept at using her magical abilities to like shock people away and push them off. So that was cool. But that mission lasted probably 10 minutes, and it just looks really good because at one point you're fighting on the ledge of a cliff and you can see over the cliff down into the river, and it looks really good. It's very green as well. It's not grayscale Gears of War.
How did it feel though? You know, moving from the PC to the console, the PC version had console controller support.
Yes, that's it. One of the things that I was really surprised at, I was talking to one of the developers because I didn't realize this at the time, but when they made The Witcher 2, they'd actually not just created it for the keyboard, but they'd also made it compatible with Xbox 360 controllers because, as you might know, you can plug your 360 controller into a PC via USB. So they didn't actually really have to rework the controller all that much because they'd already had the control system laid out.
Now, I know you're a Skyrim guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is in a similar sort of fantasy universe. Which way do you lean?
Well, I mean, even though they're fantasy RPGs, they're both very different. Whereas Skyrim is an open world game where you can sort of change the story as you go along. There's all these side missions and there's all these things that you can customize and change, so it's a different experience for everyone else. The Witcher 2 sort of, it's not that it's closed and it doesn't let you make any decisions, because it does, but at the same time, everyone is Geralt, the main character. So it really brings something to the table of where you know who you are, you're told who you are, as opposed to making your own character.
Cutting your own way through the world.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, the question I'm sure a lot of the console fans are wondering is that it's gone from the PC, high spec, you know, really beautiful game, down to the Xbox 360, which, you know, is strong, but it's never been really known as the powerhouse console.
Yeah.
How does it look?
Well, I mean, The Witcher 2 was always known for its incredibly taxing system specs on any machine. There are a few machines out there shy of a supercomputer or Skynet that can run that thing in high mode. So obviously that was going to be a challenge of porting this game over to a 5 or 6 year old console. So the developers, CD Projekt Red, reckon that it's roughly running on medium, or that's what the equivalent, but it still looks damn good for a console game, rather.
Because when are people going to be able to get their hands on it?
The Witcher 2 Assassins of King's Enhanced Edition is available for the Xbox 360 on April 17.
Check out our review on GameSpot.com.